Review the facts. P. Kane, a single taxpayer, bought a condo in Chicago for $500,000 and lived in it for 5 years. So he owned it and lived in it for 5 years. He's interested in knowing the tax ramifications if he were to sell his condo. And we have to figure out the realized gain or loss if he were to sell it for $690,300, $800,750, and $300,120. So he lived in it for 5 years. Again, under Section 121, what's the requirement? You got to live in it for at least
3 years?
2 years. At least 2 out of the last 5 years. So it sounds like he met the requirements. He used his residence for personal purposes for 2 out of the last 5 years. In this case, it was 5 years. So there's 3 different scenarios. And it's going to be, we have to figure out amount realized, which is given in this case, minus adjusted basis, and what is the realized gain slash loss. So the first one, under the first one, he sold the property for $690,300. So that's your amount realized, right? $690,300. Adjusted basis is $500,000, right? So amount realized is $690,300 minus $500,000. What does that give me? I got $190,300. He's a single taxpayer, so how much can he exclude under Section 121? $250,000. So Section 121 exclusion applies.
So married is $500,000 then.
Exactly. Married is $500,000, and single and other taxpayers is $250,000. So in this case, there's no recognized gain for letter A. Letter B. So for letter B is $800,750. So what is your realized gain?
$300,750.
Minus $500,000, $300,750?
Yeah.
So the realized gain or loss is $300,750. You get to exclude up to $250,000, right?
Yeah.
Which gives me a recognized gain of how much?
$50,750.
$50,750? Is that right? So that would give you a recognized gain of $50,750. So from the realized gain of $300,750, they're recognizing $50,750 as a taxable gain. What type of gain is it? What's the character of the gain? What type of asset is it? It's a capital asset, right? This is a capital asset, so this would make it a capital gain, which gets reported on what form? Schedule D, correct. All right, so for letter C is a bit different. I guess you always have to plan for the worst. So for letter C, they're selling it at a loss. The $300,000 minus $500,000. So what would be my loss in this case? I got a realized loss of $199,180, right? Do we recognize that loss? No, why not?
No loss on personal.
On personal use assets, correct. You cannot deduct a loss on a personal use asset. This is a personal use asset, you cannot deduct the loss. So there is a realized loss of $199,180, but you do not deduct it because it's a personal use asset. Again, the first set of facts, you exclude all the gains. Second set of facts, you exclude up to $250,000, reports at $50,750.